guess that most of the people in the room, when they applied for their job, they didn't submit a fee for what they would do that job annually for. That's a pretty safe assumption. Well, neither does your doctor. I learned a couple of years ago about doctors, and the doctors kind of have an advantage over engineers, and that is because the insurance companies pick up the tab for their services. As long as the insurance company agrees, the doctors are okay, or they write off the rest. You're all familiar with that. Well, I had a case, this is a personal thing that happened to me, where I had an issue that I couldn't get fixed, or I could get fixed, but the insurance company would not cover it because they were in some kind of negotiations. Ultimately, everything got worked out, but it became very apparent to me that I wanted the right guy working on me. I didn't care what it cost. And so when you got people poking and prodding at you, all of a sudden, price doesn't become such a big deal. Legal services, appraisal services, same type of story. Engineering services, that's where we need to be treated like doctors. We're providing a professional service. In a lot of ways, we touch more lives than doctors will ever touch, individual doctors, because of the type of infrastructure and the type of improvements that the public uses that we're implementing. When you pursue a project that's price-based, and all that the client is looking for is the price, they've totally taken creativity and efficiency out of the process. And when that happens, that affects a lot of things. It affects the life cycle cost of the project. Most importantly, it affects health, safety, and welfare of the general public, or it can. Some of the other things here, excessive change orders. Nobody likes change orders, especially those that are because of something we forgot in the design process. Litigation with contractors. If you haven't been in litigation with a contractor, I don't recommend it. It's not very fun. Adequate but poor design. There are some designs that are adequate for one contractor but not adequate for another contractor. You just need to be careful here. And then there's just those completely inadequate designs that just don't work at all. Number one though, health, safety, and welfare. Make sure that if you decide to take the crazy chance to pursue something that's price-based, that you don't, we have an obligation to provide for those three things. Another good example that relates to doctors is if my family doctor has the initials MD behind his name, and so do a lot of heart doctors, but I'm not going to let my family doctor work on my heart. You need to make sure that, when you do these qualifications-based selections, you're opening up the door so you get the best people and the right people involved in the process.